Test. 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 Okay, so I'm fairly confident that works, otherwise it's just gonna continuously loop the sound from what's coming from the computer and what I'm actually supposed to be listening to. So we're just going to go ahead and start. And yeah, we are live for the first time since forever. I should probably set that I can't remember where anything is. I'm trying to set up so that people can actually find what I'm streaming. Do they actually not? Do they not care anymore where, if you want to set what game you're playing? Because I know that some people do that. Do they not care anymore where, if you want to set yeah, and I'm hearing myself again. Okay, so okay, so it's category. So no, I hate when it moves around and okay, edit stream info, category, company of Heroes 2. There we go. Done. Now I want to go back to the channel. Just to see if I can now I want to go back and hear the game. Just to see if I can now I want to go back and hear the game. Okay, I can definitely hear the game, so hopefully everything is working right now and you won't hear me doing the same thing over and over, and I can finally stream after forever. By the way, just a warning. I don't have a professional setup, so the microphone is right next to my mouse. As kind of a test stream. The microphone is right next to my mouse, and might hear some excessive clicking, and also I am only right. I'm only looking. Actually, you know what? Let's just fix that right now. I was going to say that I'm only looking at Twitch chat, but we're gonna solve that. We're gonna solve that right now. We're gonna solve that problem right now, and I am now looking at. I'm now looking at both chats, both on video shorts as well as Twitch. I honestly have not streamed in such a long time. Most certainly not in not with my voice. The last stream I did, I can't even remember when I did this. I plugged in my headphones after I had started OBS, so it didn't identify the it didn't identify the sound source, so the game was apparently not so my voice was being recorded, but not the gameplay itself. I don't know why I'm looking for a game with Soviets. I'm looking for achievements, but I don't want to cheese them. I will be honest, I did cheese some achievements, but I'm going to try to get all the ones I can legitimately as possible. There's one that you can't get. There's one that's Valentine's Day achievements from years ago that I missed the event, and probably not going to come up ever again, and it's impossible to get, and it's now impossible to get a 100% achievement. Personally, I think it's complete garbage when you have achievements that can only be reached if you just happen to be playing the game at that time. But that's the way things work. It's funny because that achievement exists, but there are no achievements for any of the other factions of this game, just the Russians and Germans, and the game that seems to classify certain. It seems to classify by type. So there's allied type light tanks, allied type medium tanks, and it doesn't seem to really. So if you're trying to get these achievements, it doesn't seem to really get the difference between getting them from killing U.S. Army tanks or killing British tanks. It really doesn't seem to care. Not one bit. The one fault I have with this game is, apart from the absolutely this game is really fun. There aren't that many games like it, and unfortunately, I would prefer to play Dawn of War 2. But after playing this game for so long, Dawn of War 2 seems pretty out of date, and that is unfortunate because it is a fantastic game. But the players are pretty aggressive, pretty toxic. There's lots of people who... I've been told that the best way to get around this is to have, and this is usually the solution, appears to be the solution in most cases, is that people tell you to just get just stream with friends or whatever. I never bought into that. I should be able to buy the game, and I should have an expectation that the population playing the game isn't absolute trash. And I don't know what I'll be honest. You could chalk it up to nostalgia, but I distinctly recall that back in the mid 2000s, people were a lot more civil, and just people were a lot more civil, people were nicer, people said and did stupid crap, and memes were always around. It's my intention to... Oh, we're finally getting a match. I mean, there's no guarantee that we'll actually make it to the match itself, but it's a lot more fun if you come on this journey with me. Alright, so it's going to be 3 Wehrmacht versus 3 British. That's actually not good. Okay, I remember why I took Festung Armored Doctrine. It's I'm looking for things with Panzer Tactician, because it allows me to drop a smoke from a tank and let me withdraw, which is probably going to be very useful, because there's going to be a lot of artillery. There's going to be a lot of emplacements and bullshit. So so scout cars might actually come into play pretty quickly. What we're looking for right now is to keep the opposite side from building a lot of emplacements, which is what the British usually do. I don't see any of them having the advanced emplacement doctrine. Which is good. I'd say that this is one of the better maps, because the sides of it are not just mirror images of it, which is unfortunately after this game has been around for so long, there's not much left in terms of variations with the maps, and it looks like I'm going center, which is unfortunate. And I try not to be an asshole, and I try... Why center, no fuel, no ammo? Well, you know what?
The fresh mortar crew has arrived.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, they think that just because they go after... This is the one thing I don't like about the game, is everybody seems to think that if you just go towards the fuel, that you're just gonna win. That you're just going to that if you just have a bunch of if you just go ahead and get a bunch of tanks on the field, that you're gonna win. But you know, it's kind of a long road getting those tanks up. And unfortunately, people don't appreciate that. I have no inclination to go further than this here. And I kind of fell asleep and have a lot of hangers. There's a very good reason why I chose this. I'm probably not going to be using Pack 43 because this is kind of a constrained urban environment. I probably will get the commander tank. I definitely will need the railway artillery support to get rid of some of the
We have a mortar team available for deployment.
emplacements there. I'm doubtfully going to be getting. And of course, there's going to be bitching from my side. Let me see if I can get out of range of this MG and still capture at this point.
The new Grenadier squad is ready.
Oh, that is some good shit. Well, he's like, see, this is another thing. He's like beeping at me and telling me how to play. But actually, I'm not sure if it was him, but...
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Yeah, I'm not going to try much harder for him. Like, they have this weird habit of, they think that if they, see, this is the thing, if we only get this and only get this, then it's not really gonna help. I wish I stayed another, actually I probably would have lost the squad if I stood any longer. Who was it that tried to, yeah, it's this idiot. I shouldn't call him an idiot. I'm trying to be a friendlier player and more patient. But I don't know. I can't. Sometimes like the people who play this game tend to be pretty arrogant and pretty aggressive. And this guy is like really not doing much. Like he should be. If I were playing on top, I would be getting this. This is why I usually prefer to.
Grenadiers ready. We finished it. MG42. Stay low.
This is why I prefer to be on top, because look at this, like he doesn't know. I'm sorry, I should be focusing on that shit.
The bunker is now a field hospital.
Yeah, I should do that. I have no idea what he's doing. I'm the only one making any sort of games. Again, I broke my promise like 2 seconds after making it. Okay, let's. I need a distraction, so I'm going to.
Defensive smoke now available for armor.
I'm going to build a. I'm trying to think what the safest. I'm trying to think of what the safest spot is to.
We have a new scout car. We will find the enemy and engage them.
To build a fuel stop. I'm gonna guess right here because they don't seem particularly. The enemy scene doesn't seem to be particularly interested in. Doesn't seem to be particularly interested in holding and getting to the top. I think probably because they're smart enough to realize that it's honestly not that important. This is what I did not want to deal with. If I can destroy this emplacement, that's going to be a good accomplishment. I can kill it. I can kill it. I really wish he would pull his
The
weight.
peg gun is ready for orders. We need some reconnaissance.
Since they seem to be a very, I'm gonna reinforce this point, since they seem to be, since they seem to be insistent on pushing that area. I might actually need to get more pioneers, earlier than expected.
How can we help? Reinforcements complete. We are on the hunt. Scout car has arrived. Who is ready?
I'm actually gonna put it right here.
We are ready. Patrol orders received. Our opponents are seizing a sector. Take us there, driver. Firing 2 centimeters. Throw it! Engine is kaputt! Hey, stop! Stop! Reload! You need something? Go! Moving! Vehicles can be held down, increasing defensive posture. On combat patrol.
That's too many fronts.
Let's go.
See, and as soon as I leave, he instantly loses it. Again, really infuriating game at times.
industry grows to support us.
In general, I don't really listen to other people telling me how to play because not because I'm all so good or anything, but as I said, this community kind of has some problems, and among them is people who don't actually know very much. Telling you how to play even though they really shouldn't.
Firing on enemy machine gun. They have our reach. Get us out of here.
Yeah, that's kind of where it goes to shit. Dukes is kind of out of action. I don't think we're going to be getting a lot of help from him, unfortunately. I also have this feeling that Dukes might kind of throw a temper tantrum on us in a not too distant future.
Panzer 4 command tanks can now be deployed.
Grenadiers reporting.
Ready for action. Territory sweep in progress. Panzer has arrived. We need orders! Moving to attack, yeah. Flugzeug, Panzer, infantry. Hospital stopping. We have a Panzer commander. Let's begin. Seeking targets. All weapons ready, Your Scheiße. Remember what happened at Keep. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Pushing pretty hard right now.
Our
I should
foes have
probably...
300 points remaining. Increase your efforts. We will find the enemy and husband on the hunt. We will find the enemy and engage them. Stalker ready! Immer MG auf Nibelungenberg and finest is up to battle. If it is not moving to engage. Tell up! Fire! As a contact! Ready! Taking fire! Panzer Force on the way now! Orders! More fire! There! 43 anti-tank guns are now available.
I don't really have a good feeling about this.
Scout car rolling out.
See, you get a Panzer V and you're driving it backwards. And you send it without support. That's not something you do with an expensive tank. Like you have to provide support. You have to give infantry support. I mean, this is basic stuff. This is stuff that they did during the war. Like they learned very quickly. You can't just send. I'm gonna change tactics a bit. You can't just send.
A squad of pioneers has arrived.
you can't just send tanks and expect everything to happen the way you want it. It definitely needs infantry support, and that's just the way things are. He has no troops. Yeah, I see.
Pioneers, faster! Move like pioneers!
Ah, shit.
Pioneers falling back! Back to base!
I hated that building anyway. It was kind of a big loss. I'm not particularly happy about that outcome, but I did not use my veteran squads, so
Pioneers ready for anything!
there's absolutely nothing else I can do at this time.
Pioneers squad! With me!
See, he built 3 fuel caches, and all he has is Panzer Grenadiers, but
Scout car awaiting orders. Waffenwagen Panzer 4 displacing. Ostwind
that's not
relocating.
enough. You can't just build single units.
Grenadiers are running.
And I think there's a tank right here.
Seeking targets.
Try to sneak them in right here.
Get that prepared immediately.
Yep, there's a tank right here. And just like that, that's lost. See, it's gone.
The HQ has been
And that's why you defend this side. I'm actually considering just demolishing this bridge because it doesn't really do anything. Such a bizarre thing to do. I wonder if I can take everything.
Did you need something? Orders received.
Oh!
Patrol!
Oh!
Ostwind on the hunt. Territory sweep. Panzer 4 has the target. Moving to combat. Germany is
Not 100% happy about that outcome, but it was it was much better than expected. He's still building Panzer 5 tanks, which is like the last thing we need right now.
Driver, go. We will fight the enemy and kill them. Ostwind on the hunt. Search and destroy. Flugzeug. Flakpanzer crew. We're moving. Let's move up. My friend, just keep out of the way. Ostwind standing by.
Okay.
Redeploying Panzer 4. Stop the shit shell, quick. Halt. Rally at our base.
I'm gonna try to see what I can do here.
Displacing.
I honestly wish I had a scope.
Ostwind moving.
I hope they didn't put
Ostwind relocating. Seizing territory. Panzer crew, they're moving. That's look out. My friend, let's go. Machine gun squad is firing on us.
Ooh, yeah, we do not want to deal with that. Yeah, that needs to die.
Ready for orders. Panzer 4 stopping. Moving Panzer 4 to new location. 222 orders.
At least he worked. Like, I will give him that. He is giving me points. You need to get them out of there. All of them, you need to get them out of there. That's why.
Panzer 4 displacing. Panzer 4, not sexy, but we can deal with anything we find. You need some reconnaissance? You need something? Drone we are on combat patrol. Check your fuel, check your nose, check your ball. Panzer 4 on the hunt. Patrol orders, verstanden. Railway artillery at the ready. Scout car awaiting orders. Ground incoming! Panzer force, high! Panzer 4 moving! Railroad artillery on the enemy.
Shit.
Get them prepared immediately.
Understood. Find and destroy. Husband on the hunt. Looking for contact. Your husband has been promoted! Railway artillery launched. Panzer IV displacing. We're moving. We are losing. We have lost a pack gun. Panzer IV stopping. Ready for seeking targets. All weapons ready, Your Scheiße. Remember what happened in Kiev last time.
Advance and fire.
Railway artillery primed and loaded. You need something? We will get there.
They're getting out of it. Rallying at our base.
Panzer IV ready. Rechter Panzerstreber reporting. Panzer here. Redeploying Panzer IV. Now the shit shell, quick. We've been spotted. What? Yeah, moving. Engaging everything en route. Panzer IV on the hunt. Looking for contact. Panzer IV. Not sexy, but we can deal with anything we find. Ostwind, last one's on the attack. Panzer IV standing by. Jawohl, Ostwind on the way. Taking fire. The mortar team has been killed. We've killed the enemy. Ostwind relocating. Panzer IV on the hunt. Panzer IV. Not sexy, but... Yeah, Flugzeug, Panzer, Infantry. If you see it, shoot it. Put it in neutral. Driver, stop here. Moving Panzer IV to new location. Ost, Scout car, take us there, driver.
That's it. Full area infantry.
You need something? Black Panzer crew, we're moving. Let's look up.
Get them prepared immediately. Always ready.
Ready weapons and rounds.
Ostwind on the hunt.
Einsatzbereit. Awaiting fire mission.
Pack here. Pioneers here. It's done. Grab your tools. Repairs are needed there. That is in need of repair, pioneers. Moving to enemy. Moving to the front line. Going here. Behind the road.
Mortar team awaiting orders.
Pioneer squad! It won't make sense, Sam. Find your tools and get them up. Let's go, Pioneer!
Moving to combat. We're moving to combat. Moving. Deploy the Q1 contact.
Back! Stop! Pioneers! Done. Get them prepared immediately.
I'm sorry, I haven't been talking in a while. I was kind of gripped in a lot of stuff that's been going on. So we're kind of short story. We're kind of fucked right now because we lost a player. We lost a player. We have the player that we do have doesn't really seem to know what he's doing.
Railway artillery support ready.
I mean, I'm trying my best, but... Ooh, yeah. Oh, that is bad. Yeah, I just lost my squad. That is not great. That is very bad. Okay, so we're gonna, again, rethink the strategy. We're gonna relocate to
We
the
have a
top.
fresh grenadier squad.
I prefer Grenadiers to Panzer Grenadiers because honestly they're a lot more versatile. And even their Panzer Schredders, the reload time for those is way too high to be useful, honestly. And it's far too high. You're just not gonna get the same type of performance as you are from Panzer Grenadiers. I think this guy would actually serve better right here. So we're gonna let Dukes do whatever the hell he's doing downstairs. And meanwhile,
Redouble your efforts. We are down to 200 points. Ostwind on the hunt. Looking for me.
The other guy's Panzer IV, but honestly, I don't particularly like that tank. I think German tanks are a lot squishier than people are willing to admit. I'm honestly surprised I haven't lost my other scout car.
Moving Panzer IV to new location.
Back here. Deploy here.
Go ahead and
Our
build my.
opponents are seizing a
I'm
sector.
gonna go ahead and build my advanced. What is it called? The Panzer Corps, because right now I don't really have a choice. I need heavy tanks and I need them now.
Panzer, infantry.
Yeah, we're not doing very well at all. We could have won. We could have easily won, and the problem was that it's kind of I don't like to blame other people, and honestly, my performance could have been far better than what it was. some of these people were just not very good at all. In fact, I'd say they're downright awful.
Panzer 4, now on combat patrol. Recon patrol moving on. Taking enemy panzer fire. Enemy medium tanks destroyed. Enemy Our panzers has been destroyed. Panzer is in contact with the enemy. The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
But yeah, so I guess the big reasons that we lost is that the guy up top is not experienced. He didn't want to push this. Duke's as soon as I hear people hear the opposite team telling me, somebody from my team telling me that we need to just capture them, I pretty much right away lose hope, because I know that they essentially have no idea what they're doing. Which is kind of fatalistic, and I guess sort of an edgy way of looking at it. But I feel like I've played this game enough to tell generally know what to expect. So, I guess the lesson to be learned here is, help your teammates, and right now I'm just seeing if there's anything worth smashing with achievements. Not particularly, not particularly fun, but
Destination confirmed.
I've never had any success with this. Yeah, I've also noticed that after several updates, I've noticed that a lot of the tanks have just kind of become really squishy. Maybe it's just me. I don't think there's anything left here to really get at. I have to say that I love this game. When you have a good game, it is amazing. It is a lot of fun. You can generally make good friends. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like this is usually, unless you're playing some sort of Soviets, and you're playing with conscripts, your kill death ratio should not be this bad. Honestly, I didn't do a lot of damage because I held my troops back a lot, and I don't like to. I don't like to commit my troops unless absolutely necessary, if it's going to help somebody else, because it creates a gap in your front lines, and that is absolutely something you do not want, for obvious reasons. Okay, so I don't need any more HMGs with scout cars, even though that's what they are technically made for. I'm kind of sick of German strategies, so I'm just gonna go back to. I wanted to use some have some T-34 action, so I think I'm either going to go with guard motor tactics or advanced warfare tactics. Counterattack tactics is actually pretty decent. The KV tank, I don't really rely on its. I don't rely on the KV-1 tank's gun so much, because I think the gun is only a 45 millimeter. So it's not going to be of any threat to tanks from the front, especially from the front. It might make us score a good lucky hit from the side. Probably do damage from the back for some lightly armored vehicles, but mainly it's a heavy tank. And the one thing I like about heavy tanks is that they generally don't have very good guns. The Tiger is an exception to this. Actually, a lot of German tanks are an exception to this. The ES2 tank is kind of an exception. I would honestly say it's not as good as it's not as versatile as the Tiger. This game really kind of gimped the Soviets with. It gimped the Soviets in that tank-wise. I mean, it's honestly the German weakness and strength is the same thing. It's their tanks. Their tanks are powerful. They have a lot of different types of tanks that are useful for all kinds of things. But they're all expensive, and if they get damaged, it takes a while to repair them, and that takes pioneers out of the equation. That takes the tank out of the equation, and that generally stalls. Plus, this counterattack tactics has recon overflight and shock troops to complement your So anyway, as I was saying, the KV-1 tank is it has heavy armor and it's going to attract a lot of firepower, but it's going to absorb a good deal of that firepower, and so long as the engine isn't damaged. One thing I like to do is to have two KV-1 tanks in the front line and switch them. So one comes to the front and assists the Strafbat and the shock troops that are in the front. And then once it gets more than 50% damaged, sometimes when it gets a quarter damaged, I pull it back and bring the other tank in, because this usually goads the enemy. And the KV-1 tank is slow to fire, but it will punch a hole. And then if they get close enough, I'll launch a B4, and maybe it'll definitely, if they're using massed infantry and I can score a lucky hit, I can take out all their infantry, and that will usually result in a rage quit, which is not ideal. But if I just want to win, that's what I'm going to get from that. I don't use Formosa Russia too much because I can't recall, but I think the problem with it is that your troops become exhausted afterward and they require a full minute to recover. So overall, this is probably my favorite. This is my second favorite. This is the less cheesy way to fight. I don't use vehicle crew repair training because it requires munitions and it's a little bit expensive to do that. It does free up your engineers to be doing other things, but frankly, combat engineers are not good for much else. This is what I was talking about. One of those if you want conscripts who are, if you want a good conscript-minded commander, this is one that you can use. I don't really like using combined squads with combined bolt-action rifles and SMGs because you kind of get the worst of both worlds. I'd rather just alternate between a squad that has SMGs like the assault troops and shock troops and Strafbat, both of which are good at close range and long range respectively. So this time we don't have, we're not fighting any Brits, so I think, or rather we are on the British side, but I kind of, I'm not too keen on using artillery, so in this case I kind of wish I did have artillery. I do have boosted, Oh, well, this is useless. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's not useless if I use this, but I need to switch this one out. This one is for the HM38, which is for the heavy mortar, and these are light mortars. I don't really like using the heavy mortar too much because it does have a very good hit. 120mm mortar, as you can imagine, will create quite a hit. Also, the guards rifle infantry will free me up from building Strafbat, which I love Strafbat. They're pretty good in the beginning, and if you're you know what? I actually don't very much feel like using Strafbat when I don't very much feel like yeah, because he has two Oberkommando factions. I think using the B4 is probably a better choice. I mean, it's not artillery. It's a one shot howitzer with a huge ass shell. So I think I'm gonna use my general tactic here of I'm really tempted to make conscripts of using Strafbat complemented by shock troops and using the KV, and of course somebody drops. Anyway, I'm gonna stay because I'm so sick of dropping. I mean, I have this game. I have this game because I want to play it. And I noticed it's usually the people who drop like that, the AI is honestly better than they are. The AI is stupid. It's absolutely awful. It's awful, and That's kind of why I've been dragging my feet, and I haven't completed any. Well, I didn't complete any. I'm like half done with the camp. I'm done with the campaign.
Troops are standing by.
But there's a lot of single player stuff that I haven't done and I've been delaying simply because it doesn't. It's not as fun as it could be.
We will occupy the territory. This territory is ours. Capture it.
Anyway, I will endeavor not to trip over my words while I'm playing, and hopefully. I will actually get decent commentary for this. I used to not use Strafbot too much because I didn't really see an advantage of using them over conscripts because I thought conscripts were more useful, and in many ways conscripts are more useful. But frankly, having a satchel charge and the ability to get the PTRS rifles up in your enemy's face is I just kind of find it difficult to accept.
Comrades, we have now installed a field hospital at headquarters. Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Yeah, I kind of got surrounded there. Not my fault. I find that this one and this one are fairly safe to build. This one is kind of risky. This one is not safe at all because it has a lot of ways to get hit. Fortunately, it has this giant crane blocking.
You need something demolished. Destination confirmed. What do you stopping?
It has a giant crane blocking anybody from hitting too hard. How did you let them push this far? I guess I shouldn't be talking. I'm gonna help you take fuel. Oh.
Yes. Secure.
Oh, that's just the AI.
Go. Get it. Take it and remember there is no room for strategy.
I'm gonna build it here. But yeah, that's the AI. The enemy team seems to be perfectly content comp stomping right now. So I'm just going to use that to my advantage while I'm still able to. It doesn't look like they're in a rush to really push. It doesn't really seem like they're in any real hurry to push vehicles, which I'm happy. And it looks like my friend here is performing a similar maneuver that I am. That's the end of that. Okay, so by doing that, I diverted their attention away from the computer, so at least they're not going to be comp stomping anymore for the time being. I want to get a Actually, screw that. I want to get a light tank in the game as soon as possible because that is the only time that's going to be useful.
Playing with fire.
You need a suicide squad?
Later in the game, light tanks,
Shock troops can now
scouts,
be used to crush the enemy.
scout vehicles are going to be far, far, far less useful. One thing I like to do, what I've learned to do is that's useful is alternate who I'm helping.
Keep walking, Penal Squad. Soon you weapons ready, comrades. We are moving. Find the enemy and throw his fire.
It's a little bit inconsistent. Your teammates might be a little bit upset by it. Oh, it's this guy who left. It was. Oh, I thought. Oh. Oh, that's not. That's strange.
Yes? Do not talk. Moving into combat.
Engineers ready.
I honestly feel kind of bad because I was making fun of the AI, but it's you can probably knock him out. Ooh, this would be a good kill.
We have defeated an enemy squad and one Sunday and taking go. You will attack. Come on! Go and seek the enemy. Strategic are ready. You will advance on the enemy. Get that sector for command. What is ours?
Let's see if I can grab this from him passively.
You will take that territory. You must capture it. Combat engineers.
What do you want, comrade?
Shock troops took quite a beating.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Moving out. We'll find them.
We are ready for anything.
Ready for seek and destroy.
I have the men ready.
Yes. Not go forward, turn your back. You need screening.
It looks like he's fortifying this area, so I'm kind of
Penal squad ready to be used.
curious what he's up to.
Secure that sector. Don't seek the enemy. You will advance on the enemy.
Combat patrol. Go.
Strategic. Combat. Don't seek the enemy. Penal battalion. Attack.
I don't know what was going on, what the plan behind that was, but it looks like it failed, whatever it was.
Get that sector for command.
Securing the objective.
Enemy
We
contact.
have T-70 on patrol.
For now, we must continue on.
All those explosives.
Recon aircraft is refueled.
T-70 is short to find something.
Get out of here. That is an order.
We toasted them.
Shooting enemy. Halt.
Secure that
accepted.
Needed.
I have the men ready. I have the men. Go see where the enemy is. Move to find the enemy, but pace yourself. Keep walking, Peter.
Combat engineers are standing by.
This is ours. You need something built?
Engineer, we need a fuel depot over here.
Mike, all We set. need that
Just
built
gonna
yesterday. What do you need?
What do you want, comrade?
Our points have fallen to 300.
You are a combat monster.
Anti-tank mine set to go.
We are ready for combat.
Occupy the tank.
Just gonna upgrade them even though I don't necessarily need it.
Get moving, squad. You need something built? We will take engineers. We need repair.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Yes, you must move.
Weapons ready, comrade. We are moving.
Have the upgrade.
Will be no 3 hours over control, comrade.
Go see where the enemy
Then to attack.
is. Here standing by. Flamethrowers have been requisitioned. I cannot wait. Penal squad.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
We're actually doing not too bad, considering the circumstances.
Light tank ready.
I'm gonna push center a little harder.
Ready for orders. T-70 getting out of here.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
We'll have it up. Get to work, man.
Get T-70 on the line. Moving into combat. Moving. Weapons free. Fire! Fire! Infantry! What's free for weapons? Get out of here. Hit our brakes. We're sure to find something.
That can be fixed. Fix it.
What do you know? Be the first to advance on here. Come on, Watson.
We are on our way.
Good. Let's get to work.
I need ammo!
It's time. It's time to bring out the heavier tanks.
Yes, comrade. We make a move.
Sturmpanzer.
T-70 repositioning. Get this piece of shit moving!
That's what I meant.
Engineers ready for assignment.
I need this as soon as possible. Trying to find the best place for it.
Keep fire at will. Position. Seek and destroy. Shooting. Engage on sight. Shooting anything that moves.
Ooh, that was a good hit.
Safety reporting.
Yes, combat control. Go. Move out.
Guns loaded.
Moving out.
Only 200 points remain. Double your efforts.
KV-1. Main gun
There's a
loaded.
lot of heavy mechs.
Seeking target.
We will destroy our enemies.
Listen, stop.
KV.
Engage on T-70 firing. Round incoming. T-70 on the way.
I will stop here.
Not sure if there's anything there. It's just a tank. Yes! On fire.
We are losing territory.
We need something demolished. That can be fixed.
Be the first to advance again. We are ready for anything. You are moving into combat.
That is extremely unfortunate.
Let's welcome the fascists with the fire of a hound.
What do you demand? Deny the enemy that territory. That territory right where it belongs to the Red Army.
We have fallen to 100 points. Do not let this trend continue.
I mean, we're gonna lose, but at least I'm gonna have fun. Like, this guy hasn't called me anything bad. I found that to be much more difficult to deal with than much else.
You are a combat patrol starting. Strategy throwing fire. They are not real.
KV-1 on combat patrol. KV-1, main gun.
Everyone deserves a chance at redemption.
Gun loaded. We are moving.
Put him in the air. Fly now.
Yes. Yes.
You are showing weakness. We are down to 75 points.
T-70 reporting.
Engage on sight.
Oh, that was a nice hit.
Shooting anything that moves. Moving weapons free.
Where did the tank go?
Victory is slipping from our grasp. We have only 50 points remaining.
I know it's somewhere around here.
Taking enemy fire.
Quickly, move. We are ready to roost the bastard. Go, go, go.
prevail in the end.
Yeah, that didn't really work out too well. I mean, it was kind of doomed.
Yes, comrade.
I lost all of my troops because of that.
IL-2 overflight in progress. Combat engineers are standing by.
IL-2 under attack.
We're off. Right, we'll get there. Awaiting command. Need something built? Engineer, bring your tools. Captain. Ready.
That's wrong.
Engineer standing by. Yes, comrade. You need something demolished?
Ever so slowly, I regained the ability to push back, I guess.
Huh?
I mean, not really.
Through, we're moving. You need something built? Battlefield repair.
That's not gonna work.
IL-2 available for reconnaissance flight. IL-2 reconnaissance mission in the air.
Awaiting command.
I wonder if this can hit it through the storage crates.
Eno troops are standing by.
Can IL-2 attack?
Engage our foe. Executing orders. You need something to lead us. Stravniki, advance on the enemy. You are on course. Have your destination. Yes,
I don't think it will. Will it?
Strafbat needs orders.
Head out. Keep moving. If that can be fixed, fix it.
I just want my achievements.
I have to be.
Aerial reconnaissance standing by.
I can't believe that worked.
Get ready to move. Destruction of Musmanash. Unleash an artillery barrage. You have a use for this scum. You need something demolished?
Will it hit? Not really.
Need something built?
Unfortunately, this will become my life.
Yet to work, men. We will.
This kind of becomes your life after a certain point. At this point in the game, when everybody else leaves, I'm happy that everybody else left because now I can do whatever I want. But in the case, sometimes the other player wakes up and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I can do stuff too," and. Almost. Shit.
mission in progress.
I don't think there's a lot of vehicles left. And there's no reason for me to remain at this point. Yeah, that's the end of that. Tonight has not really been a particularly good night for our Company of Heroes 2 play. Let's see how I was doing. Yeah, I didn't do too badly. Yeah, we tried our best, but they just simply they're unfortunately just better than us, and that's just how it works sometimes, unfortunately. So there's two things I need to do on a daily basis. It's to get my daily rewards for Black Squad and Quake Champions. So we're gonna start with Black Squad, which is a knockoff, kind of, or at least it's slowly moved towards becoming a knockoff of Call of Duty, and it reminds me of Alliance of Valiant Arms. That game is not around anymore, but it was also made by a Korean company. And a lot of things remind me of it. Just the way it looks, the weird rock music that you're about to hear on the menu. It's very distinct. Like, it's not. Yeah, and the schoolgirls and hot cute girls that they have for the as the player character you choose. It doesn't really matter which ones you get. Okay, that's actually useful. Of course, the booby physics are ridiculous. Yeah, it's just even changing between menus, they just jiggle like crazy. I mean, I guess like there's a point that they stop, and as far as focusing on booby physics, this game is one of the better ones.
Map change.
You could honestly do worse. I don't understand these promotions. These promotions are, the promotions are strange. That new skin, this Korean schoolgirl uniform, is ridiculous.
Friendly missile strikes inbound.
It's like having actual stripper models. Yep. Yeah, there we are.
Tag reload.
Coordinates code checked. Firing friendly artillery.
Huh.
Objective almost complete. Don't put down.
I saw a red dot on the ground, but I didn't know that was a claymore. I thought I would actually see it, but that one seemed to have phase shifted through the. Yeah, seriously, look at that model. It's ridiculous.
Claymore set in.
Yeah, I can be a dickhead and
Claymore ready.
find claymores.
I'm out.
We still have
One of our
Christmas.
objects is dead.
I love that. Okay, that was kind of strange. It kind of looked like he shot me through the wall. Oh, I think you can actually do that. I think that's legit.
Hellpike missile on the way.
Claymore set in. Claymore ready.
I'm going to keep planting them in those spots because everybody else seems to enjoy doing it.
Enemy
I should
missile
honestly
inbound.
update what
Watch
game
out.
I'm playing because this is clearly not coming to games. I'm not even sure if Black Squad is listed, frankly. As far as Call of Duty ripoffs, it's one of the more advanced ones, but at least the more well-known ones, but still.
Map change.
Throwing smoke. Attack reload.
One shot, one kill. It's a
Friendly
it's a
UAV.
claymore.
I'm out.
It's a landmine. What do you want from it? Of course it's going to be a one-shot one kill. It explodes once it kills. You know, Hellfire missiles too. I should take this as an opportunity to actually update what the hell I'm playing. Not that it matters too much. Hopefully it won't kick me by the time I get there and Twitch actually gets around to it. Oh my god, Black Squad is actually listed. I love Asian games.
Enemy missile inbound. Watch out.
There's just something really straightforward about them.
Map change.
You want to play a schoolgirl with a gun, you can heroes for a schoolgirl with a gun. You want to be a buff dude with a gun, you can be a buff dude with a gun.
Airstrike incoming from your sector.
Here's a claim. Here's a claymore. Here's a weird professor. Here's a map that looks like a giant gingerbread house.
Claymore set in.
Report. The artillery.
You know you want to look at schoolgirl, not civilian place.
Tag reload.
Watch out.
latest battle. I like what they did with battle. I like the new.
Tag reload. Throwing grenade.
I like the repair stations that they have.
Throwing grenade!
I just like in general what they've done with it. But I have to say that Battlefield 3 is probably still Battlefield 3 is my favorite Battlefield. Actually, Bad Company is my favorite Battlefield, but I'm out. Battlefield 2 is Bad Company. I mean, sorry, Bad Company 2. I haven't played the first yet. It was for console. It was for consoles when it came out. I mean, it's still on consoles.
Tag reload. Map change.
And I just never got around to playing it, but I should. Even though I'm terrible at playing FPS with the controller, it's time to actually get down to playing it, and I actually like the Well, now we know where to fire that Hellfire missile and try it out and see if it actually
Map
is
change.
worth a damn, even though I don't have 1,000 points, because I used them all on Claymores.
Enemy helicopter.
Did we win? Yes, we did. We did
Won this
win.
match. Good job.
Fantastic. Give me item. Oh yeah, I get to play Japanese schoolgirl again. This is ridiculous. Yeah, and it doesn't work that way. I mean, it's well made. It looks nice. It's nice to see something different than grizzled guy with a gun. But I mean, you have to. You know, you have to have something else. Okay, I'm gonna play the other game that I get daily things for. I'm gonna play this one for longer because I have daily achievements that I need to get around to doing, and it actually takes a little while to start up. So fortunately, okay, testing. Is it still working? I can hear myself clicking, so I'm pretty sure it's still working. Testing. Is it still working? Yeah, I can hear my voice, and I'm gonna stop before it starts repeating itself over and over. Quick champions done. I don't understand why I stopped streaming. I really don't. Okay, so Quake Champions is gonna take forever to start up. Not forever, it's gonna take a minute, which isn't much, but it's gonna take a minute to start up, so I am going to take a short break and come back whenever. Please do not go away. it looks like the
I'm gonna flip you like a table.
it looks like our daily achievements have not reset yet, but I finished them difficulty easy. So anyway, my ultimate goal is to my ultimate goal. By the way, if you're watching, please say hi. Just you know, so I can acknowledge you and actually talk to you. Anyway, my goal ultimately with streaming is kind of to shoot, I keep forgetting words that I'm gonna say. I'm just out of it and just zoning out. Is to finish one game per day. Just motivate me into finishing at least one game. Not per day. That's insane. One game per week. And it's not that difficult. I'm still not sure how far I'm willing to go with achievements. I keep telling myself that I'm just gonna, if I like the game, I'll go for 100% achievements or if they're kind of easy to get. It's fun getting all the achievements, but as I said, there are some cases where it does become impossible because a lot of them are multiplayer based and bots do not count. I will give this the relic for Company of Heroes is that all the achievements that they do have, the achievements that they do have, you can actually get them with bots. Oh, that was really
Quad spawn.
You can't get them with bots, so that's Ooh, I am not doing well. This is not a nice way to start. It didn't help that I didn't get the warm up and I just came from Black Squad where it honestly doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter how often you die. Oh my god! I actually killed somebody and I killed him with one of the worst weapons. Well, it's not the worst, it's the worst is the unupgraded version of that gun. See, it doesn't do any damage at all. It's like, well, yeah, you have to shoot for the head. I'm like, this isn't a game This isn't the game shotting type of game. And like, even when you do shoot in the head, it doesn't register it. Yeah, you're gonna watch me play and the only reason I killed them is because they were distracting each other.
Incoming protection. Yeah, that also makes no sense to me, honestly. Protection spawned. Enemy has the protection.
I mean, I guess I understand it, but
Point blank.
oh, I'm surprised I killed him. I honestly expected to die there. I should start using my I see you trying to get to me.
Stopwatch.
I do not have enough of anything to do anything, and yeah, the armor is almost completely useless. notice I'm doing worse than I usually am. I usually do okay. Oh, it's also because I have 106 ping because it's stuck on the European server or something. So that's to be expected. I didn't actually this game. That's great. I got knocked off by a stray rocket. That's always the best way to die. Anyway, I don't think this game is doing that poorly, but it should be relying on
5-minute warning.
Or it should be relying on sticking with players with alternative servers.
Incoming. Out.
He just jumped. He just jumped out for me. I like it when players make things easy.
Enemy has the quad. Enemy has the quad. Enemy has the quad. Quad damage. Enemy has the
Of
quad.
course, when you're glowing
Enemy has the
purple,
quad.
pretty much everybody wants to kill you. Although I feel like I never do as much damage as everybody else. Like everybody seems to be getting stray shots at me. I think it's because they have more time to react. Because this ping is abysmal. It's like I'm the only person trying to fire
Crush them.
that still plays this game in North America. This is the one thing I don't like about the games as a service thing is that if it doesn't make $1 trillion right off the bat, they abandon it. So and they're like, see that I'm not sure how that happened. It's like. Yeah, it's really wonky. It's
Protection spawned. Enemy has the
I
protection.
can't tell if he lagged down or stood still on purpose because he felt so sorry for me and my terrible railgun aim. Although I feel like my shots are shooting through the models at the moment. Like, see, that one didn't even come close to hitting, and it registered as a hit. So the lag is pretty bad. Yeah, if I was playing Team Deathmatch right now, I'd be getting I would be getting all the assistant medals right now. Yeah, it's usually worse than I usually do. I mean, it would help if I wasn't, it would help if I didn't have 106 ping. It would help if my ping wasn't utter complete garbage, which it is. And it's always 106. It's not 105. It's not 104. So it's a very particular it's a very particular server that the game keeps trying to stick me in. So I'm aware of what it is doing. Point blank and team deathmatch, so use shotgun a lot, insta-gib, revenge insta-gib. Like, this is what I don't like about achievements like this, is that, oh, you have to suck first to get this achievement. I like, just give me like an achievement for like getting like 10 kills. I mean, I realize it's a challenge, I guess, but number one, a lot of these player modes are not very common. I rarely pay. It's usually team deathmatch and what is it called? Unholy Trinity. Hot Rockets is rare. Insta-gib is uncommon. Capture the Flag. See, like this one. It's almost always going to be deathmatch. I will, however, be playing Blood Covenant, which has the best. Okay, I guess not. I guess we're playing Burial Chamber. Wait, I didn't notice that.
Round begins in 3, 2,
That's funny as hell.
1. Fight.
I just noticed that. What is that? You're gonna light me on fire and then, well, no, you're not gonna run away. You're gonna jump at me with the, It's the most awkward control. I feel like they made that I feel like they designed everything for controller support, and it's honestly infuriating. Just like make a fucking game for keyboard and mouse. I'm sitting. It's aggravating, and they don't bother with tutorials anymore. I mean, I remember that Quake 3 didn't really have tutorials either. Sometimes the little bug is on their side.
has the quad.
I know its application, but just like
Enemy
this
has
thing
the
that I just
quad.
picked up,
Enemy has the quad.
this thing, its applications are kind of okay. It's good in the hallway.
Enemy has the quad. Quad damage.
But that's pretty much it. It's also good when you're doing quad damage. That's what it's good for. Like, and I'm unfortunately running out of quad damage. And of course, when you get quad damage, everybody hides and stops. Everybody stops spawning. Which is an absolute trash. I mean, I guess it's a good strategy. Doesn't matter how many. Oh, I actually got him. I actually got him with this crappy thing. Practice makes perfect, I guess. I wonder when they're gonna take down the decorations. It would be really funny if they decide to stop supporting the game with the Christmas decorations still on. That was 2 direct rocket hits, and it didn't kill him. At least that was a nice escape, because there was no way I was gonna get past by it.
Enemy has the protection.
Of course the enemy has the protection. Everybody else is the enemy, why wouldn't they have the protection? Somebody has to have it, may as well be somebody else. I don't know how some people are so good at aiming the, I don't know if they're using it. It would be so shitty if they allow auto-aim for people with controllers. Speaking of which, I need to pick up a Steam controller at some point. I can grind point blank right now, can't I? I'm pretty sure those were 2 point blank shots and somehow it didn't get left in the
5-minute warning.
We're not getting a lot of kills, it's like people are not spawning or something, or they're just not running into each other, which is very strange.
Incoming quad. Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad.
I've just been following that guy for so long, he hasn't even noticed me, and I can't kill him. It's a testament to my terrible aim. actually got pretty decent at this game, but then I stopped playing for 2 months back in October to deal with classes and everything.
Protection spawned. Enemy has the protection. Easy. Enemy has the protection.
That was actually not a bad run. That got me up to 1
Friends left.
One thing I'm happy is that I'm happy that I'm finally out of whatever stupid league I was, where other people's computers were lagging me.
Friends left. Type.
So yeah, I don't know how some people are so good with aiming with some of these weapons because it seems pointless. Because even when you have decent aim, they barely do any damage.
Type. Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad. Enemy has the quad. Enemy has the quad. Fifth place.
Well, it's better than 6th place. Did I at least get a better kill-death ratio? Yeah, slightly better. Still pretty bad. All right, I think I'm gonna take a break. I need to go out and buy some food anyway. And also the headphones are starting to hurt my ears. So close. So daily rewards are in, daily challenges should be coming in soon. Just gonna buy the next one. Equip them. Even with this silly app thing, I think this is the most normal looking armor for the Space Marine. The Doom Marine. I like the original Doom so much. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm kind of tired. I may play some more later, but as I said, for now I have to actually get some. I have to get some food and be ready to prepare some food. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon, maybe later tonight.